What you're looking at right now is a letter that was written by the Congressional Black Caucus to Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Now, being that they are the Congressional Black Caucus, clearly this was not a letter seeking to put in place legislation that would meet the specific needs of Black America. No, of course not. Per their own website, they openly state that since its establishment in 1971, the Congressional Black Caucus has been committed to using the full constitutional power, statutory authority, and financial resources of the federal government to ensure that African Americans and other marginalized communities in the United States have the opportunity to achieve the American dream, expanding access to capital, contracts, and counseling for minority-owned businesses. So now that we've quickly established that the Congressional Black Caucus is not actually put in place to fight for Black people, it comes to no surprise that the CBC wrote a letter not demanding reparations for the descendants of American slavery, but instead demanding that a pathway to citizenship be included in Joe Biden's Build Back Better reconciliation bill. So let's get into this letter now, shall we? As members of the Congressional Black Caucus, we write to reiterate our strong support for including a pathway to citizenship for Dreamers, essential immigrant workers, farm workers, and temporary protected status holders in the final version of the Build Back Better reconciliation bill. Undocumented immigrants have been crucial in combating the C-19 blank in the United States, whether on the front line of fighting the disease as medical professionals or on the front lines of maintaining our food supply as farm workers. These professionals have contributed to the stability of the United States and will continue to be critical to any successful economic recovery. In fact, an estimated 5.2 million undocumented immigrants are considered essential workers, of which nearly 1 million are dreamers under the 2019 American Dreamer and Promise Act. Providing a pathway to citizenship will have a significant economic impact. Economic scholars estimate that providing a pathway to citizenship for Dreamers, TPS holders, farm workers, and other essential workers will boost U.S. gross domestic product by $1.5 trillion over 10 years. Other estimates suggest that during the same 10-year period, additional benefits include wage increases for all workers, the creation of over 400,000 new jobs, and billions of dollars in additional tax revenue. The blank has exacerbated deep racial, gender, and economic inequities. So it is imperative that we take this opportunity to ease those divides and begin working towards an equitable recovery, including broad language that provides a pathway to citizenship for Dreamers, essential immigrant workers, farm workers, and TPS holders will begin to do just that. We urge you to ensure that this language is included in the final text of the reconciliation bill. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there are about 55 or 57 members in the CBC, but not all of them signed off on this particular letter. But let's take a quick look at the ones who did. Joe Nagis, Karen Bass, Jamal Bowman, Corey Bush, Andre Carson, Dwight Evans, Al Green, Henry Johnson Jr., Mandari Jones, Brenda L. Lawrence, Barbara Lee, Eleanor Holmes Norton, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Presley, David Scott, Richie Torres, Mark A. Vesey, Bonnie Watson Coleman, Frederica S. Wilson, and Nikema Williams. Brothers and sisters, you will never see the Congressional Hispanic Caucus or the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus write a letter demanding that anything be done for Black America. You will never, ever see that. It is only the Congressional Black Caucus that does this. Joe Biden literally told the CBC that they can forget about any type of progress moving forward with reparations concerning H.R. 40. And the CBC just simply shrugged their shoulders and said, okay. I mean, for crying out loud, even the George Floyd bill is dead in the waters, and the CBC just simply went, okay. But now when it comes to including a pathway to citizenship inside of the reconciliation bill, the CBC is going hard in the paint for that? And this is precisely why nothing ever gets done for Black America in politics. The Congressional Black Caucus was not designed to push a Black agenda forward, but was designed to push the Democratic Party agenda. And that agenda is for you to be completely politically irrelevant by 2030. That way, politically, they will never have to seriously deal with you ever again. And if you want to know more about that in detail, I strongly suggest you go back and watch my video titled The Truth Behind Why Black America Will Be Politically Finished by 2030. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you get notified whenever I release a new video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to text tdhiphop to number 33222. That's tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a direct text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as a protection plan for myself in case YouTube ever gives this channel the axe. I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show your support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to be able to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have issues with joining Patreon, you could also hit the join button next to the subscribe button, in which you can become an official member of this channel for as little as $3 a month as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the emailing list. There is no way that I can go independent of YouTube if I cannot bring the audience with me. And the link to join the emailing list will be pinned in the comment section below as well. And with all that being said, thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.